There was a lion who was very lazy. He didn't want to go out and hunt. He just wanted to lie around all day doing nothing. The other lions in the pride laughed at him. They called him names like, "You are such a disgrace to the pride. If you don't go out hunting, how do you expect to eat? Don't you know that lions only eat meat?" But he didn't care what they thought of him. He just wanted to do his own thing. He spent his days sunbathing and napping, and he spent his nights partying with the hyenas. The other lions thought this was disgusting. How could he, a brave lion, be friends with those dirty, smelly hyenas? But he didn't care what they thought of him. He just wanted to do his own thing. One night, while he was hanging out with the hyenas, he heard some giggling. He couldn't see who it was because it was so dark, but he joined in on their laughter, and soon he was having the time of his life. When the sun came up the next morning, he went to his favorite spot to sunbathe. As he was lying there, he heard some giggling. He opened one eye and saw a group of female lions walking towards him. He quickly closed his eye and pretended to be asleep. "Did you see him?" one of the females asked. "Yeah," another one said. "I think he's the most amazing lion I've ever seen." "What makes you say that?" she asked. "Well, last night, when we were playing, he was the only one who wasn't afraid to join in with us. All the other male lions ran away, but not him. He stayed and played with us until sunrise." "Oh, I can't wait to tell the others about this," she said, and they all ran off to tell the rest of the pride. He heard them coming, and he knew they were talking about him. He could tell by their tone of voice that they weren't happy. He knew they were going to tease him mercilessly for being friends with the hyenas and for playing with the females. When they got closer, he opened his eyes and pretended to be asleep. The first one to arrive was the leader of the pride. He was a big, strong lion with a thick, luscious mane. He stopped in front of the lazy lion and roared, "Get up, you dirty animal. I can't believe you're friends with those hyenas. And I can't believe you were playing with the females last night. You're a disgrace to the pride." He looked at the other lions, and they all nodded in agreement. He felt like giving up right then and there, but something inside of him snapped. Maybe it was all the times they had called him names, or maybe it was all the times they had forced him to do things he didn't want to do. But he just couldn't take it anymore. He stood up and walked towards the leader. The other lions stepped aside to let him pass. He walked right up to the leader and looked him in the eye and said, "Do you really think I'm such a disgrace to the pride? Do you really think I'm dirty for being friends with the hyenas? And do you really think it's wrong for me to play with the females?" The leader was taken aback by his sudden outburst. He didn't know what to say. He continued, "I'm not like you. I don't have to follow your rules. I don't have to do what you want me to do. I'm not your puppet. I'm my own lion." With that, he turned and walked away. The other lions watched in amazement as he walked away. No one had ever spoken to the leader like that before. They all looked at each other and then at the ground. They didn't know what to say. The leader was furious, but he knew he couldn't do anything. He had never seen that lion so angry before. It was like a wild animal had gotten into his skin and was controlling him. So the next time the lazy lion wanted to go sunbathing, he went alone. The other lions didn't call him names. They didn't laugh at him. They didn't do anything. They just watched in silence as he walked away. And from that day on, no one in the pride called him names or made fun of him for being friends with the hyenas or for playing with the females. They respected him for being true to himself, no matter what they thought of him.